Welcome to BET Talks, the Future 22 edition. Join me as I sit down with some of the community's most dynamic game changers. And big shout out to our partners at McDonald's as they identified and are also elevating the stories of these brilliant activists, entrepreneurs, and next generation leaders. You're about to see that our future is bright with these folks leading the way. Next on BET Talks, we have Keiondre Jordan, okay? Now, Keiondre Jordan uses his social media platform to highlight Black businesses and Black food culture. Keiondre is trying to start his own nonprofit organization that helps Black businesses gain resources and traction. What's up, Keiondre? How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, good, good. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. So first things first, for the people watching, tell them a little bit about what you do.
So what I do is I'm a food marketer in Houston for Black-owned restaurants, and the name of my platform is my Southern brand.
What inspired you to start this brand?
So what inspired me to start the brand is that there wasn't a voice for Black-owned businesses in Houston. And so I decided to, be that change, be able to shine light on Black-owned businesses so that they can be able to get the visibility that they're looking for.
I'm gonna call you the culinary connoisseur. That is your new name, because y'all, he is giving some really good food reviews out here.
Yeah.
But you are a Future 22 game changer. How does that feel? How does that feel? What does that mean to you?
I mean, pitch me, because I need to figure out this real, like I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here, and I just know that I have to be doing something positive in the community for me to even be in this position.
We're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna play a little game, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play Would You Rather.
Okay, so, come on with it.
Okay, he said come on with it, y'all.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know, y'all make sure y'all heard that. But
make
sure y'all heard. Okay. But would you rather spend time with a historical figure today or go back to a very historical moment in time?
We gotta do it today.
You gotta do it today, so you gotta meet a historical figure today?
Yeah, whether it's Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, we can actually go, we can get brunch.
Not brunch. Brunch with Rosa Parks? Come on now.
We can leave brunch, we can go to a little hookah spot and they can tell me everything that went on back in the day. So
no, I can see you in a hookah spot with Malcolm X now. I can see that. I can see that now. The next would you rather is, would you rather, if you only had to listen to one music genre in your life, hip hop or R&B?
Definitely R&B.
I feel like I knew that.
Definitely R&B. This hip hop now make my head hurt. I can only listen to one song and I'm done.
Really?
Yeah. I like to chill and all this.
It's some pretty good songs out there. You just gotta find them.
Yeah, because I don't even know the difference between Lil Baby and Da Baby. I don't know
they both pretty good though.
Yeah, I know they're good. I know
they
they're
both
good,
pretty
but I don't know
good,
the difference. I'm like their old new person.
Yeah, I feel you.
No, they're old young person. Yeah.
I feel you. That's all the questions we got. I want to appreciate you and what you've been doing for the Black businesses. My family does own a Black business, so it is nice to see somebody that's out here highlighting all types of Black
businesses. What's their business?
My mom has a clothing store. It's called Sassy But Sweet. It's in Mississippi. I want to appreciate you for, coming out and doing what you do and using your voice to highlight all these businesses, man.
I appreciate
it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
This next Future 22 game changer is passionate about advocating for others. Nyla Sims is currently an HBCU student who cares deeply about mental health and works with the National Black Justice Coalition to advocate for the quality of life for the LGBTQ+ community at HBCUs.
Mental health is really important to me because as someone who's seen the upsides of it and the downsides of it, when you really see what you can do when your mental health is in its best shape, your potential is limitless. Change is important for my community because there's been a long time in which we weren't able to create change for ourselves in the capacity that we are now. I would say to any future game changer that whatever you choose it every day, and it doesn't matter how big or how small, if you get those accolades or if you're just working behind the scenes, when you see change, that's when you know you did something. It's not about recognition, it's about the change.
In less than 3 years, Our next McDonald's Future 22 game changer has reached over 3.2 million people through her online community. Yasmine Jamila and her foundation, Transparent and Black, have worked very hard to provide healing and mental health services to marginalized communities. So we have here Ms. Yasmine Jamila.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions if that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so first, who are you? Let's hear a little bit about you. You know, tell the people what you do.
Yes. Okay. So my name is Yasmine. Of course, I'm from Jersey, and I am the CEO and founder of Transparent and Black. We are a wellness collective that just strives to create healing spaces for Black people to, you know, address wellness and just different things that they're experiencing in an environment where they're the priority.
So you have been selected to be at McDonald's Future 22. How does that feel? I mean, how does that feel to you?
It feels amazing, and it feels like, you know, a win for Black women, you know, within the wellness industry, and for this work to continue. So it feels good. I'm happy to be here.
What sparked your mission to start this foundation and to make this, you know, what you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So honestly, I was just experiencing a lot of depression in college, and I felt like I was alone, and so many of my friends were like living their best lives, and I wasn't. I was experiencing so much trauma, and I started therapy, and it changed everything for me. And from there, I realized that as my life got better, I started writing about my experiences, and the number one word people use to describe my writing online was transparent. And I had Black women in so many different countries reading my, you know, my words and talking about my experience. And from there, I decided I wanted to create a space to honor all Black women, and eventually it turned into a space for Black men and now a collective. So it's just been about us all healing and growing together.
So we're gonna switch gears a little bit, if you're okay with that.
Okay, all right, let's switch it up.
Okay, so we're gonna play Would You Rather.
All right.
Okay, so the first question would be, would you rather empower your community with resources or with knowledge?
I would rather empower the community with resources. I think that with resources comes knowledge, and that if anything, we need more resources. You know, I think that you can learn, you know, so much, only but so much, and that with the resources, you're able to move forward, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So definitely just wanting to be a resource to as many people as we can.
I like that. I like that answer.
Thank
See,
you.
she thought that one out all the way. I like that. All right, so we gonna get into this next one because
Okay.
we gonna go fashion-wise, okay?
Okay.
So, would you rather have the best shoes or the best clothes?
Best clothes.
Best clothes.
Best clothes. I feel like shoes, you know, for a girl, it's a little bit easier to, you know, like find other places and like do like a low shoe and, you know, figure out some stuff, but the drip is important, so.
Yeah. I'm
It's
with
important. And you
this.
drippy, so, you
See,
know.
listen, I'm a big sneakerhead though. That's the thing. It's a little tougher
So
for
you're
me.
going
Yes.
with the sneakers. I feel you.
I want to go with the sneakers so bad, but then again, I can't be looking plain in the clothes, you know?
Right.
So it's a lot to think about. So I get you. And I applaud you for making the decision because I still don't have my own. All right, well, I just want to thank you so much for coming out and for everything that you've been doing and the impact that you've made so far, because I know the impact is going to be much greater in the future.
Definitely, thank
So
you.
I just want to say thank you so much for coming out and keep doing what you're doing.
Will do. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Parisia Hutchinson has a strong commitment to spreading joy and giving back to her community. As a Future 22 game changer, she feeds the homeless, coordinates prom for senior citizens, and plans indoor activities for children with sun sensitivities. She's quite the example of a future leader, if I say so myself.
My definition of someone who is changing the future is an individual who is making a conscious effort to better the future generation. A couple years ago, I planned a senior prom, and I brought in individuals from elderly homes, and we brought them together for a dance. I volunteer at a xeroderma pigmentosum event every year, so kids who aren't able to go out in the sunlight, we plan a day for them. We have fireworks, we bring out a pony, we give them free food, and that's partnered with McDonald's. I want to send the message to future community leaders to be inspired, have a goal, and keep at that goal until you see a change in your community.
So coming up next on BET Talks, we have a new Future 22 game changer, okay? Now this guy is a U.S. Navy veteran search and rescue. I mean, and he is breaking the stereotype that Black people can't swim. He's saying that we can all do a little bit of swimming, okay? But today he is teaching kids in low-income areas how to swim, and not only that, he's also teaching them how to train for certain events and a triathlon, okay? So we have with me right now Mr. Jordan Hunter.
My man, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you so much.
for coming, man. But I got a couple questions I'm gonna ask you. So first things first, for the people watching, tell them a little bit about what you do.
Man, so honestly, the biggest thing that I do is just give a space for people to understand that it's never too late to learn, and it's never too early to learn how to swim. A lot of people that look like us sometimes don't have the access or exposure of what a pool can do. And sometimes it's about, well, what can I do after I'm good at swimming? You know, and so I'm teaching them it can be a recreational thing, and it can also be a sport. And now in college, it's an entire club event.
So what really inspired you, or who inspired you to do this for your community?
Man, biggest inspiration for me getting around swimming and learning to give it back to others is my mom. My parents actually don't know how to swim.
Really?
Love mom and dad, but yeah, you know, they always told me that, my mom especially would say, if I fall in the water, you gotta come get me. And so that was my biggest motivation as a kid was, well, I gotta go get my mom's because I'm an only child. Nobody else is gonna get her. Me and dad are gonna be looking at each other. So my biggest thing has always been get in the water, learn how to swim. And then I started to understand that I enjoyed being around it. And the inspiration now that I give back is it doesn't have to be saving somebody, but it can also just be being okay with go out and jump in the water by yourself. Do it safely, but you know, like go and do that trip, go and scuba dive. And now it's just giving that exposure to people so they can feel comfortable about getting out in the water and yeah, just being themselves.
You have been selected to be a Future 22. How does it feel? How does it feel?
God is good. Honestly, man.
All the time.
I just, and all the time.
God is
kidding.
good.
No, man, I think it's a testimony, man. Like sometimes I don't even want to think about like how many and what. I just know that everybody has an impactful thing, and it's just an honor that there's a spotlight on what I'm doing. Because there's many people out there whom are like me around the United States and the world. But just getting in front of a lens and telling people, you know, what it is to be a game changer, others can now be like, wow, I do the same thing, but I want to take it larger, or I want to learn how to do this now. And especially with talking to a few of the other game changers, what they're doing, it's just really dope to see that we're making a lot of history right now.
Okay, well, we're gonna play a little game real quick. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna play Would You Rather.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you Would You Rather. Okay. So, would you rather be a celebrity or meet your favorite celebrity? And I mean like favorite celebrity.
You know what? I love Rihanna. I really do. But I'd rather be a celebrity.
You'd rather be a celebrity?
I'd rather be the celebrity. I think they'll just have to meet me. Like, I don't gotta meet them now. They gotta meet me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
respectfully.
Valid. That's
but
valid.
Hi, Rihanna. You know what I'm saying?
That's valid. Hi, Rihanna. Okay. Next question is, so would you rather have respect or have power?
Between having respect and having power, I'm gonna go with have respect. I think just being humble, it comes with a gratitude and just knowing who's around you is supposed to be there for you. And when you respect yourself, others will respect you.
Right.
And, just being that I work in the pools and around aquatics and open water, I think just if you have my respect, I'm gonna give you respect, and we'll get to where we need. But power,
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like having respect, power comes with that in the end, because like people will respect you enough to want to do things for you. So I get you with that.
Yeah.
I get you with that.
You get where I'm going.
I get where you're coming from. Okay, so that's all we got. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this on up. Thank you so much, Jordan, for being here. Thank you for all the lives and the people that you've impacted, and I appreciate you for coming out.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We messed that up, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta
my bad.
do that again.
My bad. Appreciate it. Elbow. Leave my elbow. That.
This Future 22 Game Changer is a product of an HBCU. He mentors music students and uses robotics to introduce underprivileged children to STEM. Let's learn more about Nasir Barnes.
I got introduced to STEM when I was in about 4th grade and had a really good experience at a camp with a great mentor. And that was the first time I was introduced to someone who was kind of closer to my age, Black, and teaching STEM. And so that was like just a really good experience, kind of that let me know I could go out and do it too, and I could like find a career doing STEM. Now I work with a organization called Destined for Greatness, and we do youth outreach and mentorship. So we get assigned a long-term mentee that we build a relationship with, and also do youth outreach, whether that be like handing out Christmas gifts or a fashion showcase or basketball tournaments, things like that. The message I want to send to future community leaders is to really look into their own lives for things that put them on the path they're on and things that inspired them, and then aim to make that same impact in a future child's life.
I hope these stories will inspire you to create the positive changes that you want to see within your community. For BET Talks, The Future 22, presented by McDonald's, I'm LaRon Hines. Thanks for watching.